I can't tell you. I love this picture because I think we have laughed so much. Shah Rukh and me have laughed so much, and I think he was giving me courage over here to say that please, baby, please finish the song. Gana khatam kar do. Please. No. The dance part was the easy part. The not laughing out loud at it was the difficult part of it. But I was like, there are places in this where I look like the horse. He's like, just shut up. Just do it. Just do it. Get it over with. Finish it. Please. So yeah, he's always been like that, making me laugh throughout. I don't find it annoying. I mean, like, I honestly find he's just a really, really cool guy. What I like about him, what I find most annoying and what I find most endearing also about him is the fact that he comes on set and he knows all the dialogues of everybody on set. It doesn't matter if we're doing a 3-page scene of everybody. He's memorized the entire 3 pages. So he knows my dialogues, he knows his dialogues, and he knows the third person's dialogues as well. And I'm like, that's such a show-off thing to do, na? Why have you come and why have you memorized my dialogues? Yeah, but you're saying this, and he's memorized mine as well. I was like, that's so mean. But yeah, but I think that's just the nicest thing on his part also. And I love the fact that he wants everybody to do well on set. You know, it's not only him doing his job; it's everybody on set has to do well at everything. I think I'm about 6 in this photograph. So it's one of my favorites. And my awesomely stunning mom, who was, I think, about my age at that point in time. She's not my age, but yeah, she's about 40 at that time. I don't think so. I think she was wearing this at home. Oh. Yeah, but I think she'd come from work. Yeah. And this is actually a shoot because I think somebody came home to shoot it. At least I didn't believe. When I asked her later, she's like, Mom, did I rebel? And she said, of course you did. I said, but I didn't feel like I was rebelling. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was rebelling against anything. Always. Every time I saw everybody else's mothers and, I realized my mom was like so super cool. My mom spoke to me about stuff which none of the other kids' mothers spoke to them about. My mother... all of it, the birds and the bees, I knew about it long before everybody else did, and in detail. And I think that was like quite, I'm not saying that I was very young at that point in time, but I was also a reader. I also had questions, and I was one of those people who, fortunately, I had that relationship with my mother that I could ask her, Mom, I've heard this, is it true? And she would tell me, yeah, baby, it's true. And or no, baby, it's not true. It's a figment of your imagination. Oh, my dad and me. I think my dad couldn't see to any one of my faults and I couldn't see to any one of his. So I think we were blindly loving each other constantly. Both. But I think my sister is my mom's darling. I'm my mother's, how to put it this way, my mother and me don't have a typical mother-daughter relationship. I feel like I'm more my mother's second in command. It's more that kind of relationship that we have. As far as my dad was concerned, I thought the sun rose and set in my dad, and my dad thought the same of me. So yeah, definitely Papa's pet. Yeah, he did. He tried very hard, but my mom just gave him that look and said that, no. And he's like, okay, fine. Actually, oddly enough, it was written in his mother's diary. So my grandmother had a diary where she wrote all the children's names down. So she wrote all her sons' names and daughter's name in it, and she wrote down whatever she thought their children's names would be. And that's where and she used to call my father Kajol da. So that's how I came to be named Kajol. Yeah, the next picture is this was taken opposite the Film City office in the garden. And I was telling, bas karo, which is what I usually tell the photographers also. Abhi bas, aur nahi. So that's exactly my same expression. That hasn't changed so far, yeah. Actually, I met him on set for the first time. And for Halchal, I think. Yeah, I call him Jay. He doesn't call me anything. He just calls me my regular name. Just my name is good enough. There is no nickname on his part. But yeah. Yeah, it's good enough. Exactly. It's short, sweet. I truly think he is an amazing director. I think that's where his passion lies. Being an actor was probably training for him to be a better director. Suparn has done a fantastic job as far as I'm concerned, and in taking us all as actors through that arc together, and putting it all together and making sure that nobody has screwed up too much, at least, in it. And yeah, I'm hoping when you see the show, you'll be able to tell me exactly what it's like. The process was quite intense. A for one, because shooting a web series is very different from shooting a movie, because in a movie you have you're going from point A to point Z, maybe not in a linear fashion, but at least you have a kind of relatively small arc that you're doing. But as far as a web series, the time lapse is much more, and there are small scenes, so you're actually shooting maybe 3 films put together, that much of material, that much of emotional material as well. Mehendi, my mehendi that everybody came for. And I remember my wedding, and they were like, "You're only inviting us for the mehendi?" I was like, "Yeah, but there's nobody who's coming for my wedding." Nobody, literally. I had a terrace wedding and there were like 50 people at my wedding. Only my immediate family was there, literally. Everybody was like, I said, but आप लोग नहीं थे, लेकिन वो भी नहीं थे, तो ठीक है. Oh, I was a very, very chilled out dulhan, because I think my entire wedding was organized by my sister and my cousin. My cousin and my sister both were like, "Don't worry, we got this. You just do your hair and makeup and show up." And I was like, done. I was like so happy to hand it all over them. I could not be bothered about flowers and this and that and mehendi wali kab aayegi and all that. I was really not interested. I don't know. Did you ask him? Good. because I don't remember any wedding gift, but I don't know whether he gave me. I don't think he gave me a wedding gift. But honestly, I mean, like, really, I mean, what was this thing? But I remember Aryan as a baby, and I remember him on the sets of K3G also, for that matter. He was such a cute baby. He really was. I have to say that Shah Rukh has gotten some really, really cute babies. And touch wood, I've spent time with all 3 of them. Quite a bit of time with all 3 of them. So they're all really, really wonderful kids. My cute heart. My sweetheart. Yeah, this is my baby girl, who I think I carried her on my hip till she was about 6.5. Yeah. I think wherever I went, I don't think she sat on a chair by herself till I got pregnant. Actually, till I was about 6-7 months pregnant. Yeah, so she was just attached to my hip constantly wherever I went. And I would like to believe that she still is. But it's now metaphorically. I think you can't be, after a point, if you really, really love them and want them to grow into human beings, into responsible human beings. You can't be anymore, and you have to let them get up and make their own mistakes and grow up and fall down, hurt themselves, get up, bandage their own wounds for a change, and just be there for them, to hear them out. I think the best thing that I have done for my daughter is to be able to give her a safe space to hear her out and to listen to her, whatever she may be saying. Maybe it'll be hard for me to hear it, but she knows that she can say anything that she wants to me. And I have to have faith that I've done a good job as a parent. And I believe that. I believe that I've done a good job as a mother, and that I have brought her up with at least enough of self-confidence to make her own decisions, to have a mind of her own. I love her grace and her dignity in handling everything that life is throwing at her and she does it with so much grace. I'm very, very proud of my daughter. Of course. Honestly, my daughter, whatever she wants to do with life, or both my kids, whatever they want to do in life, I will always stand behind them. Of course, I want to support them as long as they're happy doing it. I will not force them into anything, regardless of what the world thinks they should be doing, or anybody else thinks they should be doing. I want them to have the choice. Ooh, 3 generations. Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. And this was taken in Lonavala. I remember that because my grandmother was living in Lonavala at that point. And we went to shoot, I think, one small part of Bekhudi up there in Lonavala. And that was, that was Bekhudi. And Gautam came over there and he shot. He was like, I have to take the 3 women together. I have to. Yeah, it really is one for the books. And I have that on my wall. I have this one on my wall. Not at all. They never, ever told me what I should be as an actor. Never told me that, what I should be choosing, what I shouldn't be choosing. And I think that's the great part about feminists, true feminists, is that they give you the option to make your own choices, believe that you will make good ones, and know for a fact that their own actions prove to you how strong you can be. And this is an iconic moment. Though you could have taken better pictures, but of the 3 of us together, what runs through my mind is how many times the bloody train had to come back and go forward again, and how long it took between takes. Every time the train had to come back, it was like a 10-minute wait. And because the train had to be pulled back all the way, first it would slow down to a stop, wherever it stopped. Then it would be pulled back all the way, and then it would restart again, and then again it would pick up speed, and then so it was like a 10-15 minute process every time in between every take. So it was like, you better get it right. I think he has evolved beautifully. I think he has worked on himself, especially in recent years. I think he's worked a lot on who he wants to be. As a director, you see it in the films also, and in what kind of topics that he wants to direct. And I think Rocky or Rani, I think he's going back to what he's best at, and which is, it's all about family. I think, really, it is all about family. And I think, I wish him luck. And I always wish him lots of love and success. Absolutely. And I think, what can I say? I think that, they love us for a reason. They love us because of the films that we have done together, etc. And but what can I say besides a thank you to all of them for that? Oh, yes. No, I think this was at a not at Durga Puja also. I don't know where this picture was. Because this looks like I'm at a Chautha. I look like I'm at a Chautha. She looks like she's at Durga Puja. And my other cousin looks like she's somewhere else. She's coming from a film premiere. So I think we are all 3 in all different 3 stages. This is my favorite. Well, I loved her in black. I thought that was an outstanding performance. I really loved her in Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. I thought, like I tell her, I was like, oh my God, I saw your mother in every frame. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is an ode to your mother, to your own mother. Because I know for a fact, whenever, especially when she picks up that Bisleri bottle or something like that, I was like, that's so duetty, I can't tell you. But this was that pipe scene.
Yes,
this was that Ram, 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 Ram. This was the pipe scene. Absolutely. I think we were in hysterics. We were in hysterics in this scene itself. And I think both of them, Ajay and Amir, both of them really, really were like, they were seriously into it. And they both did it. And I think the great thing about it is that we actually didn't know what was happening. We really, as actors, had no clue what was happening because I think Hinduji had reshot part of it. So I think we thought it was something else. We have reacted to something else. He has cut and edited and put this together later. So it was a little bit of a mix and match. But I think we've got our reactions almost right. He's not a prankster. I wouldn't say that, no. He's actually a really sweet guy and I don't imagine him putting a water balloon under anybody's chair. Oh, we had a blast. We actually did a cover for G magazine, and I think this was the cover that we did for G magazine together. I'm assuming that's the cover. So yeah, we had a great time. I think he's a fabulous actor, and and we were supposed to do the film together, but it never panned out. And I'd love a chance to work with him again because again, he really is still today, I think, one of the most fabulous actors. He really is.